Yes, basically all of California,
Oh, wow. Okay.
and as well as like very old leads that Peter gave me from like years back.
Gotcha.
So,
But nothing out of state though, huh?
not too much, no.
Oh,
Mostly
okay.
California, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. You're right on.
Yeah, occasionally I get people that just want to text, but I'm just so used to calling. I just
Yeah.
want to call people.
Yeah.
And the only people that answer their phones are older people.
Yeah. No, I know. I experience the same thing. It's hey, is it okay if you just text me?
Yeah,
I personally, I really, outside of sending notifications or whatnot, but I really don't like the text.
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. And it hurts your fingers. We'll give it a few more seconds here. Why don't we go ahead and just get started here? I do apologize, Sydney. Did we ever get a chance for you to introduce yourself?
Yeah, I did a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry about that.
No worries.
I'm already bad at like remembering names and everything, and there's been so many new team members. I mean, it's great. And you remind me, what's your capacity here? Your role? You're a LOA or?
Yeah, I started as a LOA because I'm still studying for the MLO exam.
Gotcha. Okay, so is it your intent to become a loan officer?
I think right now we're still discussing between a loan officer or a processor, but for now I definitely want to get licensed, so I'm just working towards that.
Awesome. Well, yeah, happy Tuesday, everyone. We'll definitely get started now. Yeah, let's start with any wins for the week. I'll start real quick. I got a couple here I might be able to share with you guys. Real quickly, we are hopefully going to fund today on this loan, but it's my VA loan. This is an interesting one. Hope you might run into it working with VAs, but my VA got his mobilization orders as a reservist, and so he got called to duty, and it was a 12-month term. And right, he had just started about 2 weeks ago. We provided the lender, UWM, his mobilization orders. But as you guys may know already, if you're not, when it comes to employment, well, at least for VA, typically with conventional loans, income has to be ongoing for 3 years, right? There has to be something in writing, and Brenda can correct me if I'm wrong there, but whether it's Social Security income or pension or a 401k, there has to be evidence that that borrower will be receiving income for at least the next 3 years. Okay, that includes child support, guys, and lottery winnings. Okay, both of which I've already dealt with. I've actually dealt with lottery earnings already twice in my career, which is really cool. But yeah, at least 3 years. Well, now with this veteran, the underwriter actually wanted to see something that shows evidence that his employment with his mobilization was going to extend beyond the 12 months. So I went back to the VA, the borrower, and he said, they don't provide anything like that. There's no guarantee that the military is going to extend his duty. And we went back to UWM, and they said, nope, we need it, and we get this all the time. And so it was a back and forth thing, and finally the borrower, instead of going to the commander, who's at the top of the chain really, he just went to his sergeant, and they got a letter for the sergeant to sign stating that he will have the option to extend his mobilization order for another 12 months. And that was what we were able to get and got approved by UWM. Okay. So if you ever run into a VA, just know, hey, I went through one, and it is possible. I don't know if that was a little bit quote unquote manufactured on their end. I don't know that because in the beginning the borrower did say that he was pretty adamant the Army doesn't give out stuff like that. But UWM is saying we get this all the time. So I don't know which is which. Okay. But that allowed us to get approved in CTC Friday of last week. So pretty stoked about that for closing today. Let's just go. I'm gonna go in the order of who I see here. So on a quick win.
So here's a new one. I'm submitting for hard money fix and flip.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'll see how that goes.
Who are you going with? Is it just an investor that Peter has, or?
Yeah, it's with RCN.
RCN.
Yeah, I forget the acronym. It's RCN. Yeah.
Okay.
RCN Capital.
Yeah, and what are the terms?
So they're trying to get into the California market. So they're doing max 75% ARV. So I've called around with different lenders to inside of up to 75% ARV. But the ones that do go a little higher, they charge more. When because they're trying to enter the market, and because it's a new company, it makes that much harder. But they are trying to get into the market, so they're more lenient and they're more willing to work with the borrower. So
everyone knows what ARV is. After repair value. Okay, so with the fix and flip, typically, right, you acquire there's acquisition cost, then there's obviously they're factoring the fees for financing, permits, and the construction cost, the rehab costs. Lenders will, if they're trying to sell it or whatever, refinance it, right, they're gonna use the ARV value, right? That's the whole idea. Awesome. Well, do you know? I'm sorry, did you share the terms, like the rate, and is it a 12 months?
So okay, so it's sorry, yeah. So it's okay. So this bit tricky. It's 12 months. Rate is 9.99.
Wow, that's pretty good.
They charge 0.5% on their end, and then we charge whatever we want on our end.
Okay, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Just an FYI, like AAA on their 3-month, they charge 2 points. And then, do you guys remember Javon that was on the other day? Is he with RCN? Javon? Jevin? Hold on, let me see.
JCap.
Yeah, JCap. So, thank you, Peter. Yeah, Javon charges 1.5 or a minimum of 4,000. So on RCN charging 0.5 point, that's really, really, that's good.
Yeah.
What's the loan amount?
It's going to be around 400.
Okay. Yeah.
So
300.
Yeah. So it depends because so his math. So the math comes out to be as long as max is 75% ARV. Whatever the loan and the construction is within that, and they require like a 15% down. Okay. So that's crazy. The trick part is that it's a 12-month, but then anything over 8 months, you either have to get special, you get charged a fee, or if you can work something out, but they're willing to work with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that sounds like really solid terms, actually.
Yeah.
I'm surprised. Good job, On. Awesome. Way to go, guys. This is what's all about at Giving Tree, right? Like, these are great wins when you guys can share with us, transactions that you guys are doing beyond the conventional loans, because anyone can do conventional loan. Anyone can make conventional and make money off of that. But, just to hear stories of you guys utilizing the different products that are not necessarily really customary in the market, that's a great win. So kudos to you. Next person that I'm seeing is Hannah. Hannah, a quick win you can share?
Okay, so it's kind of continuation from the last week. So I had a good meeting with the foreign national clients. I shared last week, remember?
Yep.
So he's got solid international investment experience with the platforms like Airbnb, Booking.com, and what else? Expedia. So he's looking to expand into the US market.
Uh-huh.
I'm working with ACC Mortgage, and it looks like he can use his Wise account without having a US domicile account.
Oh.
And short-term rentals is also allowed. He's currently eyeing a property in Florida. Pre-approval was sent out yesterday,
Okay.
and he asked me for a loan estimate, and it's going out today.
Very nice. Awesome. Congratulations, Hannah. That's great. Freddie. A quick
Good morning,
one.
guys.
Yeah, good morning.
I have a couple of things to share. I opened a commercial escrow yesterday, so that was a big win.
Congratulations, sir.
And thank you. And we have 2 brand new scenarios that I priced out over the weekend, and I'm hoping that those are going to be mortgage applications, hopefully in the next few days. So they're looking pretty good based on pricing. I just have to double check with the reps.
Do you mind sharing quickly some of the terms or the scenario on the commercial? Is this yeah?
Well, the scenarios that, primarily what I typically work on is owner user, meaning businesses that are looking for real estate to occupy with their business.
Okay.
So SBA financing. I'm not on the money side, unfortunately, but I'm glad to be on the sell side. And but if you guys want to know, it's just an SBA loan that's going to be financing that property. I'm representing the buyer.
Okay. Just for the team members here to know, like, what does this look like? So can you share? Is this like a standalone building? Is this a restaurant? What is this?
So it's a standalone building. It does come. The property does come with the tenant.
Okay.
Business owner already occupies the property they're in. So for those that are looking for commercial transactions, always think when you're looking at tax returns on a residential transaction and you see somebody who primarily obviously have a strong business as a source of income, you always have to think whether or not they already own their commercial property or if they may be interested in qualifying for a commercial loan. After obviously you complete their residential transaction and earn their trust, then maybe it's a conversation they have. So just maybe a tip, keep an eye for when you look at tax returns, where their income comes from. If they have a strong and solid, well-established business, maybe there's opportunity there. We're here to help. If somebody needs some pointers or, maybe want to join on a call, I'd be happy to also help anyone.
Awesome. A quick question though on that. Is this what's the down payment and the interest rate that's being quoted?
So I'm not on the money side on this, but what I know is it's going to be SBA 504 with the 10% down payment.
10% down. Okay, great. So guys, if you know anyone that's looking to purchase a building or purchase the property in which they currently occupy, right, and operate out of, and they're renting, but they have 10% down, talk to Freddie. C. Quick win?
Yes, quick win. So just had a good conversation with the listing agent. It looks like one of my pre-approvals going into contract today.
That's awesome.
So I'm really excited about that. And, a continuous win for me is just the business development efforts. And what I mean by that is just, cold calling and just reaching out to agents with very specific niche products that we offer.
Yeah.
And it's been pretty successful. So I'm really happy to share that.
Awesome. Congratulations, C. Congratulations, everyone. Am I missing anyone here?
Me, I guess.
Yeah. So sorry, Alex. Yes, you're so all the way at the top. I forgot. I scrolled down. Yes, Alex.
Yeah. So I got a VA application and guy's tech savvy, sent all his documents, scanned them, everything, good credit score, good income. So pretty happy with that one.
Awesome.
And as well as I had a prospect I was speaking to last night. He wanted a rate and term at 4%, but I pivoted and offered a cash out option and a HELOC option to home remodel and pay off some debt, and he likes the offer and is probably going to start the application.
Okay, Alex, that's great. Let's take a few minutes there to talk about that. What did you say? What was that conversation like? How did you convince that borrower to go from how were you going to sell a 4% or get to that 4%? Meet that? Was it a buy down, temporary or 2-1 or yeah?
I gave him par rate. I told him what the rate was, the current rate was currently, and that he does have the current best rate right now.
Mhm.
And if what a lot of people do is I pivoted, I told them, if you have credit card debts, what are you paying at that interest rate? You're paying like over 20%, correct? And what you can do is you could debt consolidate all that into your mortgage, and you'll be saving an X amount of money, right? And that's how I kind of pivoted, as well as like, if there's like looking to sell in the future or anything like that, a couple years down, then take some money out and home remodel, fix the kitchen, do the roof, and you build some equity, build property value as well. And
What's the rate they have now, and what was the cash out refinance rate right now?
The rate he currently has, he has a 4.3, and I offered a par rate at a 5.75.
Is this an FHA file?
FHA.
Gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Very good. And are you charging points up front then, or
just my origination?
Okay. Yeah, Freddie, you got a question?
Yeah. Before we move on to the next part of the meeting, I have a question about one of my scenarios as a residential refi cash out as a free and clear property. I'm thinking about going P&L. The property's valued around $1.5 million, but they only need about $300,000 to pull out. Do they, based on you guys' experience, when the LTV is such a low LTV, it's not a free and clear property in a very desirable location, do we always go for a full appraisal, or is there an instance where with such low risk, the lender will deal away with the full appraisal?
Yeah. So generally speaking, every program is going to require an appraisal, regardless of the low LTV or not, at least when it comes to conventional and non-conventional. The only thing that might say that you what's the word I'm looking for? Waive the appraisal is through running DU, and you might qualify for the PIW, but that's something that's kind of out of our control. That being said, right now, UWM, and I think that might be, Peter, another conversation to have. I have to do a little bit more research on it, but UWM, I don't know if you guys get the email updates, but they have a bunch of streamlined appraisal processes that they've rolled out. But again, I can't speak too much of it. I haven't really got myself into it, but yeah, but again, regardless of low LTV, just about every program does require an appraisal. And maybe Peter can speak on that too.
Yes, the ARV is acceptable with Rocket, UWM, and Spring EQ. Loan amount up to $350,000.
Okay, there you go.
We don't go for Rocket though. Please look into UWM and Spring EQ.
Okay, so ARV is something that's used from these lenders. Okay, and do you know what the fee is?
With Spring EQ, if you go for lender paid comp, then the client pays about $2,600 total. So we don't open escrow. They open everything. They take care of everything and get it done.
Oh, I see. Okay, all closing fees.
Yes,
gotcha.
Just like Remnant or any other places.
Okay. And Freddie, are you asking this because you don't want the appraiser to have access to the inside?
No, there's a little caveat with the deal. They were thinking about doing a starting construction on ADU that they're adding, separate from, they don't need the funds for this. And if it's already in progress,
Oh.
verify that, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay. We could talk to, I don't know if we want to talk this online, Peter, or offline, but we do have preferred agent or appraisers we can speak to, right? About this scenario.
Depending on which channel we're going into. Yes.
Okay, right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Great. Well, yeah. Hey, really, if you don't have to, you could pat yourselves on the back. What a great win for the week this Tuesday on the 10th. All of you guys here have deals, a scenario you guys are working with. That's great. The market is picking up. I'm picking up. Other loan officers I'm talking to are picking up activities. Just keep it going, guys. Okay. It's feast and famine. We're kind of, I don't know, maybe we're seeing a little transition here from where it was a bit of a famine. Now we're going into feast mode. But keep up your efforts, guys. So kudos to all of you. Who